It's your boy Seven Sins.
Rika.
And this is Actuality Speaks.
Podcast, baby.
The realest conversations.
The realest stories.
The realest topics.
The realest people. And of course,
the realest hosts. It's Actuality Speaks. If it ain't real talk,
just stay silent.
Pas de soleil, 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 pas de soleil.
hey, what's going on? It's your boy Seven Sins representing that ASP Actuality Speaks podcast. Where if it ain't real talk, please stay silent.
You know who it is. Rocks will be in the building, holding that black ice. And if you don't got it, you better cop it. And today, in the building, we got our special guest.
Rika.
Yes.
Probably know if you don't know the name, please get familiar. She's a monster out here. In my opinion, one of the top videographers, just doing that thing and staying consistent as hell. And just has never fallen back. You know what I mean? Rika, what is going on?
What's up?
What's going on with you?
Nothing. Trying to stay warm out here. Like what, 14 degrees outside?
Something like that. I'm over it. I'm sick of the winter. I won't move, but I can't just move just like that. Too many things going on out here. But eventually I need to get out of here. That's a fact.
Too cold.
But I mean, we know each other for a little while, but I just wanna, like they always say, give your flowers while you're still here. Because
Exactly.
you are someone that's been putting in work literally for years now. You know what I'm saying? And definitely deserve the recognition, and you've remained humble. You know what I'm saying? Like you could definitely get a little cocky real quick, but that's not in you to do that. And I think that's really dope, and that's what draws me to your energy. You understand? Because I'm like that. You know what I mean? Like you just been doing your thing for a minute. So really, like we start with everybody else. Let's start from the very beginning.
And I'm getting to know you better. So let's go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's get into this.
Absolutely. So let's start from the beginning, like growing up. Let's talk about young Rika.
I grew up, all my life I've been in Boston, except for when I went to the military. So I grew up on Stanton Street in Dorchester. And the first people I knew and met was Stiz. Stizzy Banger, rest in peace to him.
Peace, bro.
I was adopted.
Okay.
So when I was young, my parents was on drugs. So, and then we was adopted. I think I was about 1.
Oh, early.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my father's sister, first we was in the system. And we was like this Caucasian family. I don't remember from what I was told. We was with this Caucasian family. You too? And then my aunt, my father's sister, was like, no, I'm not gonna let them split y'all up. It's kind of like the Bernie Mac thing.
Okay, gotcha.
So when I heard it, I was like,
right, you felt that.
and she was like, I'm not gonna let them split them up. So she took us. So we lived with my aunt on Stanton Street since I was like till about 12 years old.
Okay.
Then I went back with my parents.
Uh-huh.
They got off of drugs. They got themselves better, and we ended up going back with them and been with them since. But when I was younger, I wanted to be a police officer.
Yo, funny you say that. I had that little aspiration for a quick second when I was a kid. Like, I wanted to be a part of the FBI. I don't know why. I think maybe because of a movie I saw some shit.
Now, what's funny is I wasn't adopted by an Asian, person, but I was adopted by someone with the last name Stanton.
State.
That's crazy.
State. Right.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
It's. I mean, I wanted to be a police officer. I still kind of have that,
Right.
but where I'm at, it's like no, where the police is at, it's like no, because I'll be mistaken for
Right.
the bad ones.
That's true.
And they might not know me,
Right.
but because I wear the badge, I wear the uniform,
It automatically labels you in a sense because of everything going on.
Right.
and in a whole, I don't want to be labeled like that. And as a whole, I know all the police officers are not bad, but you can't pick and choose. You can't look at them and
It's
say
hard.
that one's a good one.
It's hard.
So yeah, it puts me in a little bit of danger. It puts me in a situation to where some of my friends aren't going to be my friends no more.
This is true.
I'm going to lose some of my family.
That's true.
Stuff like that. So I went into drawing. That was my talent back then. So it's always been some type of art
Right.
there when I look
I was
back.
there too.
I was drawing portraits. I just like drawing people. I would draw buildings and graffiti and stuff like that, but it wasn't really what I was into. So I would draw like B2K back then. I was drawing him and stuff. That was like the group and Bow Wow
It
and
was
stuff
back then.
back then.
Right.
And then I just stopped.
Right.
Just stopped. Was a kid playing around. Like drawing was just enough. You got into school. You got into doing finals, the MCAS, and I was like, forget this drawing.
Right. Life will hit you.
Right. For real.
Life hit you.
So that's where I started out as far as like the art
Right.
goes. And then when did the cameras come out? Because when video cameras,
Shoot.
I mean, when they really got heavy.
like the consumer video cameras, I know
Okay.
they always had cameras like filming movies.
Right.
and
But like the
movies,
ones for people to
but
buy.
camcorders,
Like the big,
like,
the big old cam. Like
Right.
I
The
mean,
May
what, like
came
early
out.
90s.
yeah. But I know when I was born, they wasn't.
Yeah, they
around.
weren't that prevalent.
But when I first seen them, my mom bought one and we was going to the zoo and they brought it out.
Yeah.
And I took the camera from them.
Now I remember when we had like the snap ones when
The Polaroid?
Yeah, like
see,
the
I remember
Polaroid,
having Polaroid.
No,
Yeah.
I still got one in the crib. I
Yeah.
got no idea why I never got them developed. I don't know where I could get it developed
Yeah,
right
You
now.
still get
Right.
them developed.
Can you do it?
Yeah, you still get them
I
Yeah,
developed.
yeah.
got one.
But I wasn't in the pictures then. I was
Right,
into,
right.
To the actual
the
film
video.
part. Yeah, the video.
and I would see like 106 in Park is when I started getting into the film, like the music video. I'm like, I could do that.
Right.
And you see how many people seen movies and be like, I could have filmed that better. Like that
Yeah,
was
right,
that was
right.
I could have did that better.
I'm a movie connoisseur. Like, yeah.
And I watch a lot of
Right.
horror movies.
Especially when they fuck up. Like, come on, man.
And you see
that all the
like,
time,
I could
though.
do that better.
So funny. Before the country, but I was saying that the other day, right? Like how you go back and watch like old shows or old movies, and
Yeah.
you see all the mistakes
All
that they
right.
let go out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, did anybody actually catch
Catch
this?
that.
Because we blatant
Did they
mistakes
think we're gonna miss that?
of like the most popular show, and they make the biggest mistakes. Or you see something in the background, like, yo, how come I never saw that? Like,
Right.
oh shit.
But I don't think I could have got into film back then because to me it looked too fake.
Right.
You see the strings and stuff, so I'm looking at it like, how did y'all watch this stuff back then? It just
Who knows, yeah.
but that's all they had.
Yeah,
So
it wasn't
that's what they was.
updated, you know.
That's what they
Yeah.
was looking at.
Working with, yeah.
So I would be on the camera, and that was that. And after that, I didn't get into it till I was about to leave the military in 2012. That's when I came
We
back.
got you going to military.
I was gonna ask that, yeah. I want to.
Well, I was in Job Corps when I first went to not Job Corps. I was in JRTC.
Gotcha.
When I was in high school, in the 9th grade. I seen these people in the uniforms. I'm like, y'all look gay, and shiny shoes and tight uniforms,
Right.
and then the next year they put me in it. Like,
Mm.
you know, it was like an elective, and they give you gym and all this other classes,
Right.
Spanish, and one of them was ROTC, and I couldn't do anything about it.
Right.
So when I got into it, it taught you structure, and there was certain things that they like to do. You would go to like competitions in different states, and it took me out of the hood.
The hood element.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what drew me to that and started liking it. So I started joining the rifle team and the drill team, which you do all these steps and you
Right, all
flip
that fly shit with the rest.
Yeah, I have videos of that flipping
Are you
the gun.
doing that? That's
Yeah,
dope.
flipping the
That's
gun,
dope.
kicking it, going to competitions
That's
and stuff
it.
like that. So seeing that you could go different places.
Right.
I knew my parents would never be able to send us to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's what drew me to the GRTC. And then I said, my parents don't have money like that to send me to college.
Right.
And what am I going to do after school?
Right.
I got to pay for college and all that. I think that's going to be a lot. So I joined the military.
Mm.
So that's what made me join the military, because one, I didn't like what was going on, and I did want to do something. I wanted to be part of some type of history.
Right.
So I was like, if I die over there, at least I'm gonna be in history, and people will say, well, your sister was in the military, and
Right.
it's something that my people could be proud of
Right.
later
I
on.
respect that.
So that's why I joined the military, for schooling and everything.
How long were you in there?
4 years for active, and then I went 2 years for National Guard. So altogether, I was 6 years.
Was it?
Yeah, it was worth it, but there was times where it was like, forget this, because you
Right.
go to work at like 5 in the morning and don't know when you're getting off.
Mm.
So you're like waiting around all day. You might get off at 8 at night, but got to be back the next morning at the same time.
Right.
And you had doing miles of walking. So
Right.
sometimes it felt like it wasn't worth it in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but after it was all said and done, and then you reap your benefits, it's like, oh, okay, I'm still alive. I got my limbs. I guess it was worth it,
Right.
you know.
Were there any close calls? Like,
Yeah, in Afghanistan, yeah.
Mhm.
There was my sergeant, he got killed in it, in a blast. We was standing on our buildings on the balcony, and if you hear a whistle in there,
did you know
okay,
that's what?
you better run.
You better move.
Because it's something coming in. And that's what we heard. And it came right down next to us. It hit
shit.
the buildings. Now, I wasn't there. But it hit the buildings. And I guess it hit the sergeant dead on in his bed.
Shit.
So he...
Oh, that was done.
Yeah, there was no... From what my understanding, it hit him dead on. So there was no saving him from that.
Right.
You know, we've had... I remember we hit a kid doing we was doing a convoy, and the truck in front of me hit the little kid.
Mm.
Right.
And you see all the people with their guns
Right.
coming. Like, it looked like they was about to ambush us. They told people go up in the hoods and get ready.
Yeah.
Because they were coming down because they hit the kid. But over there, if we're coming down the road, we're not stopping, because we already know they'll send a kid out there to
like
stop
as a decoy, right? Like,
right, to stop the convoy
Mhm.
to get us. So they hit the kid. So that was pretty much like the closest I've been in spaces where there was stuff coming down and I had to run to the bunkers, but
Mhm.
it was never like close to me,
Right.
thank God.
Right.
But it was close enough that we had to take cover and
Yeah.
run, because you don't know where it's coming.
Right.
It's just something like thrown. It's like you light a firecracker and you just
Mhm.
throw it in and you don't know where it's gonna land. So
Right.
it's always been a close call anytime you can hear the sound of a whistle.
Mm.
Because it's not the whistle, it's the whistle of the mortar or whatever it is that
Right.
they set down. So,
That's nice.
but after that, I said I didn't want to do it for a career.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I didn't want to like it because you have to really, like, if you have a family, like if you was by yourself and you planned on being by yourself the whole time,
Right.
you can easily do it. But when you have a family or you plan on having
Yeah,
a family,
that's tough to me. Like the people that just go, like, I mean, I understand your passion for it and all that, but it's like when you have an entire family, like, I mean, kids and a wife and just everything going on and you're at home, and then you just say, all right, but I'm gonna go do this. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
but any moment
I mean,
you
you
could
know,
be taken from your family.
you can be at any
like
moment.
you're going here and your family can't go.
That's right. They can't.
And you're gone for it's not like a week or
Nah,
two.
you're gone for like
Sometimes
a
you are
year or
gone
two.
for like a week or two because you're doing training.
Right.
But even that is bad, because you could be gone 2 weeks this month, and then the next month gone 2 weeks that month.
Right.
Right.
And then you're gone.
That could turn into like a year or some change, right?
You keep doing that because you
Right.
got training.
Yeah.
And then when they send you deploy,
Mhm.
you could be gone for a year.
Right. Now,
And that's
crazy.
where it gets crazy. because you got people cheating.
Right.
I've been seeing a lot of
I'm sure you've seen a lot of shit.
things going on, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's
it's crazy. I know your wife is back. And then
Right.
we come back and they're there waiting like,
Right. They don't know a
They
goddamn
don't
thing,
know
right? They know nothing.
So
They just
I would never
see.
date a
Right.
person in the military.
Yeah, that's tough.
Not to say that you will do it,
Right, but it's like
but it's
the
a
chances
very
are
big,
much higher.
and I don't want to take the chance.
Yeah.
Should I say I don't want to take a chance?
Mhm.
So I'd rather you go and explore, do whatever you want to do there, and just do that, and we could just be cool. But I don't. There's a lot, and it takes on a mental.
Mm-hmm.
You could be happy, and then after a few years of that person being in, you're gonna see somewhat of a change.
Right.
It might not be a big change, but you're gonna see some type of change. You might like it, you might not, but it's tough. And sometimes people go on tour after tour after tour. And the tour is when you get deployed.
Right.
So you could come back for a year and then you're gone again. So every other year you've been gone. Some people been on 5 tours
Right.
and been married for like 10 years, but you've been gone half
You've been gone half of the marriage. Like,
and it takes a
that
toll.
takes.
Yeah.
I don't know how people make it through that. Like, I really don't.
I was married, I didn't make it. He had 2 babies on me, so
That's nuts.
as soon as I left, he had a baby 2 weeks, a week apart.
Fuck.
So
Like, come on, bro.
I left in
Right.
September. He got him pregnant in October, so
Wow. He wasn't even
Didn't
like he didn't even
wait,
give it a
bro.
shot. Like he was alright.
he didn't wait.
Damn.
So it's like,
Right.
and then you do have your faithful people that do get deployed,
Mhm.
but their spouse
Spouse isn't
Yeah.
isn't being
isn't being
faithful.
Right.
faithful, right. I mean, that's a tough position for both people.
Right.
It's tough.
It's
fucking life.
crazy.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like
But
I don't. Yeah, like you, I wouldn't want to. Like let's say my wife was into the military and be like, I don't think we would have
You would-
made that step. I'm like, nah.
You
we can't.
you can't.
It's too much time. Like
It's a lot of time.
it's too much.
Especially, and then in the training, you already off the bat.
that's just a
time away
long
from
distance relationship.
Yeah, like that long
That's
distance
it.
shit.
That's
I'm
what
not
it
a fan
is.
of that.
Nah.
And if you're
That's what it
a
is.
jealous person,
Right.
Oh yeah.
I think
yeah,
everybody
we-
has a little bit of jealousy.
Yeah,
But if
everybody.
you're like,
That's human.
yeah,
Human
but if you're
nature.
like crazy jealous
Yeah.
to where
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
express it a
You're
lot,
done.
oh, you're not gonna
Yeah.
It wouldn't work.
it's not gonna work for you. So I figured, I was like, nah, I want a family.
Right.
So this is my last year, and I'm gonna get out. But at a point, they was trying to kick me out. Now you would think, oh, she's doing something bad, but no, it was around the time where they were trying to kick thousands and thousands of people out of the military because they had put too many people in.
Oh, I see.
So they were just picking on anything. Oh, your shoes is untied.
Right.
Two times in a row, your shoes is untied. So they start making a pattern of misconduct.
Right.
So I had gotten to some. I didn't get into the problems, but somebody did something I didn't tell on them. I kind of took the rap
Gotcha.
because my name was on it. Some people rented some stuff from Rent a Center, and I didn't know, but they had me pawn it.
Oh.
So they didn't have an ID, and
Gotcha.
so I'm going in there and we like, we
Right.
cool.
Oh.
And I'm the one that had my name on it.
Right. So they coming straight.
They
to
came
you.
straight to me, and the person's in the courtroom, and I could have easily turned around and been like, and I was just like, whatever. So at that point, they were trying to kick me out.
Mm.
So that gave them whatever.
Mm.
But the first sergeant wasn't having it. They're like, she's out in 4 weeks, and y'all are trying to kick her out.
Right. That make no sense.
And he didn't have it.
Now, I mean,
so.
if hypothetically they gave you the boot, now would that be considered a dishonorable discharge?
Depends on how they chose to kick you out. Anything usually that involves courts is a dishonorable discharge. Like if you did something and they were trying to hit me with a felony, so
Yo.
falsifying information to a pawnbroker
Oh, come on.
and receiving of stolen goods.
Damn.
So it was like they was trying to hit me with 2 years in Colorado State Pen, like Colorado State
the
Penitentiary.
fuck?
I was in. I was in there for a week when my NCO turned me in.
What
Wow.
the fuck?
Yeah, I was in Kansas for 5 days because I got pulled over for doing like 90. I was coming home on leave, and then they seen the warrant. I didn't know what the heck was going on. That stuff was like 8 months ago.
That's
Right?
nuts.
And they was like, you seem like a cool person, but We gotta take
We
you
gotta
in.
get you.
But they didn't even tell me then what I was there for. I was there for like 5-6 days, and then they just opened up the thing,
They said,
gave me
"Come
some
on."
paperwork,
Right.
and was like, all right. I was 4 hours from my home in Colorado and 30 hours from Boston where I was headed.
They was ready. Man.
So I just turned.
Wow.
I turned right back around, and they pounded my car. And this is another reason why I didn't want to be a police officer, because when I went, they impounded it an hour away, knowing that how
you gonna get it?
that's my
Right.
car. How am I
Right.
supposed to get it? I said somebody could pick it up. They was like, no,
You gotta get it.
no, we're gonna no. When I was getting pulled over,
Yeah,
somebody said that they could have picked it up in 30 minutes. They was like, no.
Nah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do, man.
It was like 2000. It was 2010. I had a 2009 Dodge Charger. It was hooked up, and in Colorado you have speakers, you have everything there, and rims, everything. So they was like, no, you're not gonna have nobody. I'm like, why not? It's off the road where nobody's gonna. It's
Exactly.
not in nobody's way. But when I got to the impound, the guy was like, you picking up the Charger? I was like, yeah, and he was like, it's been here for like 6 days. You know that's gonna be like $600, and I'm like, yeah, I know. And he's like, man, I gotta call my wife and tell him that we can't keep the Charger. They was plotting that I couldn't come and get it. That's why they brought it so long. And I was like, really? Y'all was really plotting on keeping the car.
Right.
But I'm in the military, so I have the money to pay for it. Like, it was like $600. I was going on leave, so I was like, I'll pay for that and then just go back home. But when I went back to Colorado, my NCO was like, oh, we're going to go out to eat. I had went and told them what was going on, thinking they would be like cool about it. It was Friday. I was like, I'm going to turn myself in on Monday. He was like, let's go get something to eat. We ended up at the courthouse. And he just was right there like, oh, where do we go to turn people in? They got a warrant. In front of everybody.
Hold up,
I was
so-
in uniform in front of everybody.
He told you let's go eat and then brought you there.
Brought me to the
What
courthouse.
type of shit?
Wow.
That was even more reason I was like, I am not staying in this.
Damn.
Y'all supposed to be helping people. It's the weekend. Y'all know I'm gonna be stuck in here.
Exactly.
That's why I said I was gonna turn myself in on Monday.
Exactly.
Because I know somebody could have bailed me out Monday.
Right.
Right.
But
That's foul.
they left me in there for 7 days
Foul.
and whatever. When you get out of there, they arrest you also in the military. As soon as you get out of those cuffs,
They put you in.
put you in those cuffs in the back of their car and you go to the military jail.
Wow.
But I was such a good soldier that the head guy came down and was like, take the cuffs off her. Like, are you all right? Like, and anybody else, he would have been mad. So at that point, I was like, what can I do to keep things going? I don't have to work for the white guy.
Right.
I always wanted to be a model, and I was like, but modeling, the photos, getting the portfolios is mad money to do it. But what if I did it myself?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got into
Got the
photography.
middleman.
Right.
Boom.
So I said, I'll do it myself. I'll learn it myself. That's how I got, because I originally was into photography.
Right.
No video at all. Then I start seeing like web series, like I think Money and Violence was the first one.
Money
I
and
watched
Money and
that.
Violence was the first one. I got put onto that one when it was
That's
early in
the
the
first
game.
one that I seen.
Yeah, that's the one that put me onto the web series.
Yeah.
Like,
And I was like, I could do this.
Right.
I could do this better than this, and that's when I started doing that. But before that, I was doing the music videos when you met me.
Right, because yeah, exactly. I met you doing okay.
I don't even know if you was supposed to be in the video. I think you was just coming
I
out
was just
saying
coming out. I was
yourself.
coming out the building. I seen him, and I'm like, "Oh, it's popping!" And then, you know what I'm saying, I sat in the whip, and you was like, "Yo, let me just take a shot of your joint real quick." And I'm like, "Well, cool." You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if that was me. I probably would have been like, "Why are you in my window?" So you was really cool about it. 'Cause
No,
I just-
absolutely, because I seen you
didn't know
doing your thing, and then I mean, I know how it goes. Now, me being at the time, I was a full-fledged artist at the time myself, so it was like, yo, and then I was like, I'm gonna look her up, and I looked you up, and I'm like, okay, she does this, you know what I'm saying? And from then on, we built the relationship, and then
The
when
web
I seen you
series
doing the
came
web
shortly
series,
right after
yeah, like
that.
wasn't that long. You had the web series, and I reached out just to actually you put a poster talking about you looking for extras. I was like, yo, I'm down for whatever.
I forgot
like,
how so many people came
Yeah.
in, and I be forgetting how some people came in.
Yeah,
Like I remember you was just an extra,
yeah, that's it. That's how I came in as an extra.
and I didn't plan on having you.
Right, you told me that. You was like, yo, I just want you to play this part and be this person that they, you know what I'm saying, owes them some money. I was like, cool, I'm down for it, man. Now I was throwing myself on the floor and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And from that, me and the executive producer and my brother at the time, who was the assistant director, was like, you gotta give him some more roles.
I was happy. Cause I thought I was one and done, you know?
Right?
And you wasn't necessarily supposed to be a one and done, but you were supposed to die in season 1. Like probably like by 6, episode 6, you were supposed to die. But with a web series, and I don't know if people know this, it can change at any moment. It's not a movie.
Right. True indeed.
Like we don't have this written out for seasons upon seasons upon seasons. That's why when you see like things like Power, it takes a whole year for it to come out, because the writer is writing that season that year. And then once the writing's done, then they go and film for that season. That's so the writing took and getting everything together took a year.
Right.
But by the time they're filming, they probably only film like 3-4 episodes.
True.
So when you're watching episode 1, there's filming episode 5.
True.
So most people don't know that. Like I could change you up at any minute. I could tell you you're gonna die.
Right.
But if the audience likes you, most likely
You gonna switch it up.
I'm gonna switch it up.
Right.
You might still die, but not then.
Right. Yeah. Take a little while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if the people like you, and when you die, I want them to feel a certain type of way.
Right.
Sure,
I don't want you to just take you out like
You want
that.
them to hurt.
Right.
Bring no motion.
Right.
Either they hurt or they're like, about time. Like, you know, like school.
Yeah. Okay.
A bunch of people was waiting for him to die.
Right.
But I haven't killed them.
Exactly.
Because it's bringing that.
It's bringing that because people like, you know what I'm saying? Because they're waiting to see, like, is it going to be this episode where it happens? Fuck it, ain't that. They're going to come back to the next one. Like, nah, they're going to get him in this one. It's like, he always gets away. You know what I'm saying?
He always
gets away.
So for like this season, we're doing this season now. I don't know if you was going to ask about what am I doing now? I don't know. I'm probably jumping ahead.
Nah, go ahead. You ahead of the game.
So we are, as you've seen, we started filming for this season. We had to reboot it because some people got killed and some people got hurt and some people were just gone. So it was just crazy. I already had it written out. So with those people being gone and I can't get them and being locked up, it
just made it tough. Like.
I couldn't do it. So I had to reboot it, and I didn't want to just throw it away. So I just rebooted season 2. So everything from season 1 is still there. Anything that you've seen in the season 2 that I put up for the 4 episodes is no longer valid.
All right.
Gotcha.
So anything from season 1 is still valid.
Right.
So we started filming, but then it started getting cold.
Right.
It started getting real cold.
I remember that.
And some of the scenes were outside, and I'm not like we did in season 1.
Listen.
I'm not going through that again. We sat outside.
Outside, yo. I mean, freezing to death.
Waiting
on other motherfuckers.
And not everybody had a car. I could have just sat in my car and been warm, but I sat out there with the cast members and was freezing and with them.
Yeah. Dang it.
Because not everybody had a car. It was just who had a car, just me, Nub,
and
Mills.
Fam, Mills was the one. It was.
Did Kid have his kid? I don't know. Kid didn't have his.
That wasn't that. Yeah, Kid was
in that one when Stisnum did the dropout.
The dropout one. Yeah, he was there. I was with him. Kid was with me, right?
Freezing.
It was yo. When I tell you,
that one was freezing.
That was
we waited
big.
3 hours.
That was in the. We did that in the
by Almont Park, at the back of Almont Park.
Alright.
It was freezing.
Yo, that day was just break.
Yeah.
And we was waiting on
Snoop.
Yeah, was it Snoop? Okay.
We was waiting on other people, but Snoop is the one that came 3 hours late, and then by the time, it was light out. Yeah. By the time we started filming, it was starting. It was just about getting, and I had got aggravated at him.
Yeah, he was tired.
And when I get that way, I feel like I'm being mean to people. So I went and apologized.
It's understood.
Right.
It's understood because we was cold.
By
the time we were finally able to execute that scene, I'm talking about everybody hands are numb because it was a shootout scene. So hands are numb. Like,
I think one of the cast members, Mills, he went to go get some alcohol.
he did. He went to get some
So
L.
people can
So he
warm
started.
up.
He was like, "Yo,
He
start
started
passing them out."
cups and stuff.
He did.
But this season,
Yo,
things gonna be different. Like I could write you out in a heartbeat.
right.
So if I see that you keep coming super late,
Yeah,
you gotta
taking advantage, bro.
yeah, you gotta
Taking
go. And
advantage.
then some people will get too big headed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that was a problem. That was a super problem we had in season 1.
Calm that down.
People get big headed because people like their character,
Right.
so they think that they're like
Like that.
Hollywood.
They ain't
Like
living that shit in real life. Like,
So they
calm that
start-
shit down, bro.
y'all might not even notice. You might not even notice. But a lot of my wording, a lot of the stuff that I wanted them to do, they switched it up.
Yeah.
You ain't never switched up anything that I've
Nah, I
told
kept it in
you.
the lines. Like, I
But-
was, you know.
They switched it up, even down to the narration. It was not the right way that I wanted it, but I just roll with it. So now I know, like, this ain't happening, this ain't happening. We're not doing this. We didn't have mics when we first started. We just had a camera.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
And now we got mics, we got cameras,
That's
we
the
got
process.
lights. So it'll be different. So this season, instead of putting people on to season 1, when this season drop, I'd rather people put them on to season
Season
2,
Right.
so that when they see season 2, they'll be like, well, what's the beginning? But now that they already seen what season 2 looks like, when they see season
they'll
1,
understand. Like,
they'll understand. They won't be like, oh, your audio is off, or oh, this is bad, this is bad.
Right.
They'll see season 2, we already got that already fixed. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get this documentary stuff going.
Right.
For anybody who's actually really doing something, not people who are just doing it to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I need somebody that I know has a track record of
Yeah, things. Yeah.
doing something,
Right.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
You could be a mechanic, but you've been doing it for a while. And you got a lot of customers
You got a
that,
story.
you know,
Yeah.
I could put that out, and people can be like, oh, he got a lot of good customers. I'm gonna go check him out.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm about. Anything with media. I don't know if I want to jump into anything else as far as like I do a little bit of graphic design and I do build websites,
Okay.
but that's about as
What kind of
far
graphic?
like, you know how they tune up the cartoon stuff. I get a lot of them people that hit me up for the cartoon stuff, and it aggravates me because it's like they spam my page with it.
Yeah.
And I know how to do that
A
type
lot.
of stuff.
Okay.
Like I know how to do the cartoon stuff, and I know how to do like flyers.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I know how to do all that type of stuff.
Now, you ever thought about doing like that, like the animation videos?
That's
like,
what I was just about to say. I do cartoon videos. So it's more of a comic video. I have one comic video, Poppy Finesse, and the last video I did for him, I did a comic version of it. It's also on the YouTube. That one came out pretty dope,
I
but
gotta check that.
animation, somebody just hit me up about animation, and I had to tell them like, you came to the wrong. They want their whole video animated.
Right.
So I'm like, you're at the wrong place. You have to go to an animator.
Right.
And when you're talking about animated videos, you're talking about some money.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Facts.
they have to animate everything
Right.
from the
That takes
movement
a lot
and
more
every
work.
take. Like every little thing, every movement, they have to animate it.
Right.
That's a lot of work.
No, it is.
So I thought about getting into animation, but it's a lot, and I feel like I don't want to be one of those people taking on too much. But I would want to get a good animator in my company.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, if somebody's looking for something like that, they can do that. But I am going to be working into like basic animation,
Okay.
but not the crazy type animations and stuff like that. But I'm going to be working more on like green screen stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so when I do my music videos, I want to lean more towards not just on the streets
Right. You want.
rapping. I want people to actually put more money into what they're doing.
Right.
Rent out a place so that I can make your video look better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, go to Peer Space and rent out they got plenty of spaces on there that you can rent out to do your music videos,
Right.
to do film. That's what we're doing. That's where I'm gonna pay them. Some of them are like $50 an hour. Just go in there and, you know, instead of just going on the street.
Right, staying basic with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do some things where people's like, well, that's different.
Right.
I want to put multiple people in the room of you.
And I'm down to do shit like that.
Like I want a song. I actually want somebody to do an actual song where it's them and they're rapping with their alter ego.
Right.
Oh, that's
And the video is just.
I ain't gonna make me go in my
y'all-
archives, man.
I know,
Right.
It's
I got that shit.
It's like, but the way I want it, it's like maybe you'll say a couple of lines. It's like you're telling a story and you're talking, and then your alter ego says something.
Right.
So the bars and stuff, the 16 will be both of y'all in there.
Right.
So you're saying something, your alter ego saying something, and it gives me a way to be more creative.
Right.
Boston seems like it's lost its creativity. Like, I don't know what's going on. It's like every video the same. And then I felt a little bit good when I went to Cali
And you give you a different vibe.
to do a video, to do 2 videos. It was different. It was a different scenery. It was different. But most people want to just stay in the hood and do their videos. I mean, I'll do it. That's what you want.
Right.
But eventually, I won't be accepting
Right.
those videos anymore. After I get my degree,
Yeah.
I won't be accepting those type of videos anymore. You either, if you want me to do it, you either have to have some type of story, like some type of concept that I can add to it. If I can't do that, then it's not. I can't expand my mind. I can't do other things, and I can't get better at what I do.
Right. And that's why I like to work with individuals like that who think outside of the box. Because I'm that type of person myself.
Yeah.
So it's like I do want to do different things with my videos, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, I have videos where it's like, you know, I got some of the typical whatever, but my videos basically like none of them are really the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I look, and I usually look back to just see the things that I've done and just kind of compare to like what I'm seeing now. And as far as a lot of people shooting video after video after video, and it's basically the same concept: bottles, money, and girls. Bottles, money, girls. Bottles, money, girls. Cars. Bottles, money, girls. Cars. Like, all right, that's cool, but I definitely try to stray away from that. Like, really, if you look at my videos, like, I'll probably maybe have one video that I've done since probably early 2000 that you might see some girls dancing in it. Like, I've never had that really. Like, I've never had that vibe. Or the throwing of the bread. I don't do that shit. I think it's weird, but teach their own. I never done none of that shit. I always try to have like some type of concept behind my shit, like, you know. And that's why I like working with cats like you, cats like Nesto. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
those
Nesto,
like that.
he does.
They think outside the box. You know what I'm saying?
Nesto
Like,
definitely, he does.
He definitely does.
And I've always been that way too. Very
Exactly.
particular and
Right.
very choosy. Like,
Right.
always
You
been.
can't be doing the same
yeah, the
thing.
same basic thing, or just, you know, and you've dealt with it. They tell you they want a video, and then you show up, and there is no idea what the fuck to do.
None.
Everybody standing around like, all right, so I'm we just gonna have my niggas stay here.
And they want me to turn
know,
400
You have to have
video
a
into like
process. You have
a
to have a storyline. You have
know?
to have.
But they want me to turn like they want to come up with just the song and want me to turn the video into like some type of $4,000 video when you only paid $400 for the video. Like, go somewhere else, put some money into your location, like, you know, and your video will look better. I don't have everything to. I'm only one person. I'm not a full crew. I now have a drone operator. He goes by Lynch Fly. You met him, right? The Vegas, and he's now on the team. But he does drone stuff. So if people are looking for drone shots, they hit him up. He does low prices and stuff. But I'd rather be on a team like that so that we can do certain things. But if you're always in the house, I can't bring my drone operator to be
to do anything
in the house. It's just I mean, I've seen videos. Some videos are cool. Like they're cool, and you can take different like, for example, Brandon Grimes. I'm not a complete big fan of Brandon Grimes, but I don't hate. I seen his video. I seen his song. I liked the song. The video was in a house, but it was different.
Right? Yeah, there was that different vibe about it.
It was different.
Me personally, I know what you mean.
So I liked
what you
it. It was
Because when I got there, I was a little iffy about like what's he about to do with this shit. I'm not really sure. But again, I'm here to support. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to show him some love. He definitely reached out like, yo, Steph, come through. I'm like, I bet. Because I ain't come to his last one I wasn't able to go to. So I went through there and then I'm like, all right, let's see what they're doing with it. And then they had a little hallway scene. I'm like, all right, I see what you're doing. And he had a little light situation and just, and then when I seen the complete project, I was like, okay.
Yeah, it just looked like some fellas hanging out. Y'all didn't have no girls. Y'all didn't have.
It was like just, like a celebration type of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We at the table eating and I was like, okay, I dig this vibe. I see where you're going with it now.
And I liked it. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Brendan Grimes. I'm not I don't listen to his music like that. But from what I did hear, and he's reached out to me to do a video. We didn't do the video. He went to somebody else, which is all cool. I don't hate on nobody who reaches out to me and then they don't want to do the video, whether it's my price or however it is. That's cool. You do a video with somebody else. I only just hope that if you're gonna reach out to me, the next person you reach out to needs to be on my level. Or better.
Yeah, don't downgrade.
That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
And it's not cocky or anything like that. I just feel like anybody, if you're gonna reach out to one of the top people in the area, not saying that I am the top, but I'm just saying in general. Like if you're gonna reach out to Jay-Z to do something.
Right. Don't fucking sit like front on that and then go to Jim Jones. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. Like, now I'm gonna look at you like, okay, you was looking for some type of.
I fuck with Jimmy though.
No, I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
I like it,
but it's like,
but they're different levels.
Nah.
They're different levels.
Yeah.
And if you had to compare, some people, a lot of people would say Jim Jones is on a lower level than Jay-Z. Right? Go to Jim Jones over Jay-Z. So that's the same thing. And I get a lot of people like that will come to me and then, I don't know if $400 is too much for them. And then I see them go to another person that is just coming out and doing videos.
You said $400?
Yeah. Like for a local, if it's my videos is $400 local, Boston. I'm not driving to New Hampshire for $400. At that point, if it's 20 miles outside of every 20 miles outside of the local Boston area, it's $100 extra. So they want me to go Rhode Island for the $400. I'm not doing that. When they don't get that, they go to somebody who is just starting out. And when you're just starting out, you're hungry for work. So you're probably gonna go
like $200, I'll do it.
And do it.
Right.
But I'm not. So you get people that don't use me or people that might say something about my work or something like that because they didn't like how I operate. But that's it. I'm not gonna hate on what you do. I'm just gonna say it's either too much for my pockets, move on to somebody that I can do it with, or not. Like you. Was it on Instagram? Something that you posted. Was it on your
recently?
Page? Probably, but I commented on it because I didn't like it.
Oh, what the dude said about?
Yeah.
What the homeboy said about when we had the bottle. I think that was the hater.
Yeah. Instead of him, he felt like he was telling you something.
Right, he thought he was.
When he was really dogging you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the words didn't.
Exactly.
I'm about what you say.
Right.
Absolutely. Like I'm big on. Opinions are cool, but you understand there's a difference between opinions and talking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he was trying to say he was just giving his advice.
Nah, you talking shit, bro.
But I broke it down and said, you don't give advice that way. Like, you don't give advice and call things trash.
Right.
If a person calls something trash, they're not giving advice.
Absolutely. Right. You're basically, you're dogging it, bro.
Like, I've caught myself doing that here and there, but then I gotta pull myself back and be like, nah, it's not trash. I just don't like it. This is not something I like. Somebody else, because
like it.
You ever heard somebody's trash, maybe somebody else.
It's trash.
Right.
Yeah.
So, nobody's perfect. So there's times where I'll be like, that's trash. But then I'm like, nah, I just don't.
It's one of the things that kind of just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even if you're thinking in that manner, but it's like, it just rolls off the tongue like, man, that shit is trash.
It's trash. But, to say it in your head is different, but to actually
believe that,
voice that, and
voice
say
it
that.
yo, like nah, like basically like you feel like what you're saying is that valid to say like no, this is trash because I said so. That's like
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's not like trash is something different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not trash. It's my work. Now there's some people that are not good,
right?
And by seeing their trash, you don't know what type of mindset they're in or how hard they've been trying to work on it. Some people are just delusional.
Yo, listen.
When it comes to music,
they are though.
And then you don't have people actually telling people the truth.
A lot.
Right.
So I've got videos to where people didn't do videos with me because they asked me how the song was, and I told them, I don't like it. It's not good, but I'll film your video. They get mad and start cussing me out. And, you know what you're talking about.
When you're in this business, you have to be able to take critique. Like, you have to. You can't catch feeling. You can't
have thick skin.
That's why a lot of them have yes men around them. And a lot of people have yes men around them.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Like, too many people have yes men around them. And it's like, and I see that shit all the time. So it's like, I mean, I'm not close to these individuals. So it's like, whatever. If that's what y'all want to do, that's what y'all want to do. I'm not gonna be that dude to come and like, cause I see people do it. Other people like watching from the outside, like, yo, like you said, that shit is trash. Yo, you suck. Stop. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they're really not that talented. I mean, sometimes you can tell someone's not talented.
Not talented.
Like this is not your thing.
Yeah.
You have a passion for it, but you're not really good at this. You know what I mean? And you be seeing that shit again. These are not individuals I'm close to, so it's not. I don't feel like it's even my place to step in and say, "Hey, that's
it's not."
It's like
unless you ask me.
You know, if you ask me, different story.
Right.
But then but again, the people around them, it's like, and I watch this shit, and I'm like, I see comments, I'm like, I know you don't believe that. There's no way you can believe that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I give everybody a shot. Don't get me wrong. I listen to motherfuckers. I do. But then sometimes it's just like, yo, nah, this is not it.
Right.
Like, it's not it. And you see people's reaction. They put the fire emojis and shit. Like, yo, cool.
It's like, why? I sometimes go past people, like people say, oh, you're not promoting. The one status I hate in Boston is, oh, nobody supports.
Yeah, come on.
Nobody in Boston supports.
Stop it.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's some people that support, but at the same time, why are you just looking for Boston support?
For some Boston support.
You that mad about Boston?
Get outside that bracket.
Yeah.
Get outside that bracket.
True.
Not supporting you,
but we don't support each other. That we don't support each other.
I understand that,
we
but
don't. But we don't support each other. But it's just we never did support each other.
But is that supposed to stop you?
It don't stop me. It never did stop me. It never did. But I'm just saying.
But it stopped some people.
It
has stopped a lot of people.
It never did stop me. But I'm saying it's just in the back of the head. And I was like, damn, I feel like we support each other.
Once you realize that, once I realized that, like
it never did.
It was like, okay,
it never did.
I see what the
it never stopped me because I realized that, damn, I get more support out.
Right, from strangers.
Yeah, out of my city than from my city. And like that's just fucked up.
Funny part, you hear a lot of these cats in the industry, they say the same shit. I heard Meek Mill saying the same shit. He's like, niggas don't support.
That's fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? Even though he has that.
To this day, I do.
It's your people that don't support because they don't, in my mind, they don't want to see you. As long as you're still at that same level,
then it's like, okay.
It's cool.
But if you
go ahead of them,
they feel some type of way.
They don't really want to.
No, I know that.
Hating on
but I don't know.
I'm seeing that already.
Especially when you just, I don't know, when
with this, like
we seen that already.
When any platform that you start, you're gonna get hate from it. Like, believe it or not, videographers get shit on all the time, and I got double because I'm a female.
You know it.
So when I first started out, I asked. There was one major person. I'm not gonna put their name out there, but I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about. There's one major videographer out here.
Yeah.
That was just. Everybody was going to their video. And when I first jumped into it, I asked them to help me if they can, give them some pointers.
Right.
The first thing they told me was go to YouTube. And
female?
It was a male, but I felt like you don't want to physically help me.
Right, so you're just gonna send me there.
Because you feel like if you help me, I may surpass you.
That's the thing.
And now people are gonna come to me
instead of
you, which you shouldn't think that way. You know, like, because if I have a job and you're another camera person, I might call you up to come help me, and I'm gonna give you some of that money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna if you come on my team and you want to work and do your own thing, by all means do that. Like,
right.
Because now I could use you. I don't gotta go pay somebody else to help me out. You're my peoples that learn, and now you out on your own feet and you doing it yourself. I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. But in this game and even here, people might want, like, after this interview, I've had a few people that asked me to come on their shows, and I haven't came.
I know that about you. That's why, that's another thing too. I do appreciate that you came, because I know you don't do most people's interviews, because I've had people reaching out through me thinking like I'm the connection. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, get her to come on. I'm like, what the fuck you want me to do?
I think I did one.
I only know of one that you've ever done.
With that guy.
Was that James?
Was it the Jamaican guy? Yeah.
Yeah, Haitian. James. Yeah.
But I wasn't talking much. Somebody else was doing it. I think my brother was in there. He likes to talk, my little brother. So he was doing most of the talking. But I don't really do much.
Yeah, I know, because you was, especially when the web series first started, everybody's reaching out, I want her to come on. But I never seen you go on anybody's joint.
And it's not nothing against them. Is that there's, like, especially right now, I have a big, like, today, like this week, I might not be busy. But then next week, I got like 5 music videos.
Right.
So I'm telling them, I'll let you know, and it feels like forever. But then I'm also watching your platform too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because if it doesn't feel right to me, I'm not.
You're not gonna do
I'm
it.
not gonna go on. And if I see you're just drinking and you're cutting off the interviewer, and I don't want to go on something like that.
Right.
I know I'll get aggravated. There's 2 types of people: people who actually say something to you and come back, and then there's a person that won't say nothing to you,
right,
and won't come back. You know, they won't deal with you, and you'll be wondering why. Like, why they ain't talking to me, or why they ain't doing this. That's how I am. Like, I could be in a room and you won't even know that I don't like you.
Right.
But that's how it is here. I'm pretty sure y'all got a bunch of people hating because y'all are actually y'all not on your couch or doing it through Facebook Live. There's nothing wrong with that. You use what you have, but at a certain point, if you're still at that same level, I can't deal with it.
And me personally, like I as long as I've had the idea to do this, I didn't push when I first immediately had it, because I'm like, because I could have done what others are doing, and I was like, and got it started, but I'm like, nah, not yet. Let me wait and see what I can do as far as like a platform, because I'm so heavy on first impressions is everything. I always, from when I was doing music, first mixtape, it sold mainly because of the presentation of it. Cats didn't even listen to the shit.
Right.
But because my shit wasn't written on, I had the cover printed out in full color. Inside, you know what I'm saying, you had the track listing. The print of the artwork was on the CD.
That's the first thing people are gonna notice.
And I had my business card in there. They opened it up like, oh, okay. You feel me?
Thing.
Like, okay, yo, I bet. And I had people like, yo, I'm buying 2 of them joints just because, yo, bro, your shit look good.
Presentation, that's the first thing you're gonna notice with anything, with people, items, anything. When you see a person, you don't like them for who they are right off the bat. You like what you see. Presentation. When you see some clothing, you don't like it because of the material.
Right,
you see it first.
It just catches your eye.
And then you go and you see everything else. So it's about your presentation. So if your presentation is not right, then
it throws everybody off.
There's a lot of people that's presentations
are just not great. And us, that's what get. And even again, I'm not here to just down nobody, but it's like I got individuals now hitting me, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come on, like, but it's like I'm looking at your presentation and it's exactly the same it was like 5-6 years ago.
Right.
It's the same
It's
thing.
the same.
Stagnant.
Or you might have
Yeah.
people who want to come on but don't have nothing to
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
talk about.
I want to come on, but
bringing
in my mind, right? It's like my mind, and we getting a lot of that.
Right.
And again, it's no disrespect, but it's like we got a certain structure
Right.
that we want.
We're elevating.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I don't want to stay in that same lane, like
Right.
just bringing people just to bring them.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just like I'm not coming here just to shoot the shit. Like this
Right.
is a real platform.
Not
I want
you.
people to take from this. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like everything that you're saying, I want somebody out there to watch this. Like, oh my God! Like I remember going through the military and doing this and
Right.
doing that. Or if they're a videographer, like, or if they see a young female who wants to be a videographer,
Exactly.
because there's not that many out here.
No.
I don't know anybody else. This is you. But it's like, is there another? I don't know them.
Technically, there's another one, but
I don't know.
I don't. From what I understand, I guess Sonny's videographer, but that's another story. From what I understand,
Mhm.
but
Okay. Yeah, that is a different situation.
yeah, that's a different situation. I'm not trying to put their name out.
Yeah.
but
No, I know what you mean.
He works
But,
with a few videographers, but you
yeah.
know which one I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
I know.
But I don't think people know them like that.
Yeah.
So in most people's eyes, I'm the only one doing this type of videography because there are women out here doing videography in Boston, but they're doing like weddings and I'm more your hip hop videographer.
Right.
Let's say that.
At the end of the day, it's Rika.
That's why I
At
said.
the end of the
So
day.
when you come to the
It's
hood or around people,
When you come to mass, it's Rika.
there's a lot of people because Nesto's good.
Right.
So when I see a video from Nesto, I'm like, okay, you know. But a lot of people, have you seen a bunch of videographers and then they fall off? You don't
Yes.
see them no more
Yes, a lot.
Right.
because they're not trying to be. That's not really what they're trying to do. They see the money in it
Mm-hmm. And they jump in.
and then they jump in.
Right.
And then they see the money they probably see the money that you have to put
In.
into it.
See, people
And they
forget
jump
that.
out.
And then they get out.
fast.
People
Right.
forget that with a lot of things.
Because when you first starting here, you have to fight to
And that's with
get
everything.
around.
That's with music too.
That too, because
Absolutely.
I used to
everything. Right.
I used to, at first I thought I could just jump in here and get this and get that. But there was videographers out here before me that was good and there was no way at that time that anybody was gonna come to me to do a video unless I was giving it to them for free
Mhm.
and it was something small
Mm.
versus the people that was already out here. So you already know you gotta put in
Right.
some type of work
Mm.
to get seen.
Right.
But there's a lot of people in this that it's not a passion of theirs.
Right. It's not a
They just
passion.
see it for a money grab.
Right.
It's a passion of mine.
Right.
So there's been times I say I was gonna quit,
Mm-hmm. But I don't even
and I ain't quit. I've posted
Right.
like
It's
I
just
would
that
quit.
frustration.
Right.
That's all.
It's just being
It's that
frustrated.
frustration.
Music.
It happens. It happens.
And I know I've seen you.
You see me, like,
Right.
and even like again, like I know in my heart, I'm never
Right.
gonna stop spitting. Like I'm
Right.
gonna always spit.
Right.
But I've seen it as you're not going to try it in your mind. You're doing it for fun and for the love of it. You're
Yeah,
not
I'm back
doing
to
it.
that. I'm not. Like the pursuit is. I'm no longer at the pursuit phase of it.
I used to do rapping and I quit a long time ago. I have a song with Mike Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, on SoundCloud. But I used to do it back then, but then I seen I'm like it's saturated
Yeah. Hard.
like crazy and it's a little bit harder to make money out
It
of
is. It's,
that
it's way more
It is.
difficult.
It is.
versus here.
Mhm.
Here I actually know what I'm doing. I
Mm.
like doing it.
Right.
But eventually I will probably dip into something like, because I want to eventually get like somebody who's going to actually be part of this person. I don't want this person to go somewhere else.
Right.
And this person will be actually working under my company because my company is registered. So they will be actually working for my company, not working with me.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this person I want to train to do the work that I do so that when I go into another field
Like things can still be moving smoothly.
with my name and
Yep.
stuff still on it, you hire me, but I might bring my other person, may
Right.
go out and do the video and then they bring it back to me and I'm doing the editing. just makes it a lot easier for me versus running doing the filming,
You
then
gotta be
doing the
everywhere.
editing, and
Yeah.
then sometimes I have 2 videos in a day, so I gotta be in 2 different spots, and I'm out all day, so it gets really, really crazy. I've always said we were supposed to do a video.
That we were supposed to.
I think that was with Stiz. Was that a Stiz video?
Yeah, we were before he passed. We actually, because it's funny, he had hit me up like, and that was crazy, like kind of out the blue, because he was going through that whole little situation.
Yeah, that situation.
And then he had hit me and was like, "Yo, bro, it's time for to shoot that video." I'm like, "Well, say less. I've been waiting for you." And he was like, "Yo, I'm about to have Rika do it." And
He
I said,
hit me
"Bet."
up and he asked me
You
about
know, yeah, boom.
it. And shortly after that,
it was like literally, like maybe like a week or something
after that.
before it, and then he had hit me up and said he spoke to you, and that boom, we're gonna get it in order. And then I still have the text message, and I'm saying he was like, "Yeah, yo, we gonna get it done." I'm like, "Word." And then fast forward, boom, that happened.
But I ain't never get it done. So when you do I know when you get your next video, your song, I'm waiting for it to put a sins in my catalog.
Yeah,
There's
like
certain people that I just want to have in my catalog because they have a certain type of vibe that I know will help me during my editing. And that might not make sense to certain people, but if you're a person, that is sitting there and you're rapping and you're not doing any type of movement, you're not giving me anything, I can't really work with that. Because you do your transitions and your effects by what the energy the person is giving you in the video. So that's why I've always wanted to have you on my side, like in my catalog.
Yeah,
as far as, like,
no,
videos
definitely.
goes.
Because right now, what I want to do is put out visuals for stuff that I've never been able to. So it's like, So we gotta do that.
Summer's about to come up because we
That's
only have 2
shit.
seasons in Boston.
You know that.
Summer and winter.
You warm and
that's it.
cold. You know shit. One or the other.
And I know it's literally gonna be spring, but it's probably gonna be warm. But that's when we're shooting the web series. I'm doing little scenes. People don't even realize that I'm doing like little scenes, like hallway scenes, phone call scenes. But I was trying to really shoot mid-March.
Right.
So that's the next step that we're doing. We're trying to do that, and I'm gonna be trying to shoot 2 short films. One of them, which I told you about, was it the domestic violence one?
Right.
That one, and then there was another one I haven't written down. But the other one has to take place at like a cabin. So the other one, I'm gonna get people who can stay there for the weekend. We're gonna go there for the weekend. I think it's gonna be in like Worcester or something.
Okay.
The camp is in Worcester. It's an actual camp that I used to go to camp at. So you go there from Friday to Sunday. I'm planning on Friday to Sunday, maybe Thursday to Sunday. Give some time, and we're just gonna shoot that short film then. There we'll have things for people to eat, whatever. You just gotta bring whatever because you can't leave.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you got kids, you want to be in it, you have to have somebody that's going to watch your kid from Thursday to Sunday, at least till Saturday for certain people, but we'll be there till Sunday. So if, let's say you like, I can be there for 2 nights. That's good enough for me because we can film your scenes
Knock that
out first. But that's what I plan on. I have planned on making things a lot more structured. We get like a bus, rent the bus to bring us down there, and then have the bus bring us back. Even just get an Uber,
Right.
one of the big Ubers, and get that and have them bring us down there and bring us back. But at that point, I want it to be on set so that we all can vibe.
Right.
With each other, things will be better because this won't be the only project that I do. I plan on putting my projects in the film festivals.
Okay.
So some of them I cannot release if I want to put them in the film festivals. I can do like little clips of it, but I can't release them. So that has to be on point. I can't have people being late. I can't, because that is, the web series, I have dues. So everybody in the web series has to pay $20. That's because it's an ongoing thing.
Right.
I could have like 5-6 seasons, and I have to come out of my pocket for to promote everybody else. And I don't feel like it's fair. I could just stop with, because to be honest, a lot of people ask me to do this platform for Boston. So now that I'm doing it, some people that ask me don't want to pay dues. And it's only $20 a month.
Right.
That goes towards.
You go out doing some dumb shit.
And I'm putting way more money.
Buy weed, buy this, buy that. You know what I mean?
But there was people that had a problem with it, like really, like, and I didn't think it was like a big deal. Somebody even said to me, "What am I? You're not my landlord for $20."
Right.
Shit.
So I got rid of them.
But I bet you it's something that puts things in perspective for you as far as where people's heads are at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
exactly. I know dealing with so many people, like I used to always say that, like, yo, when I heard people, I mean, you hear like different critiques and like, yo, but it's like she's one person dealing with all of you. Like, imagine that shit.
I remember one time you was on set. We're not gonna say no names, but people that was there know. Yeah. When I had an altercation on set, and the person just, I don't know what was, I know they were drinking.
Right.
And they caught themselves trying to cuss me out, saying we wasn't going nowhere, and they were known, and they're doing this, and they're doing that. And it kind of, bothered me, because it's like, that same person was one of the same people, like, yo, this is dope, I can't be, and they were reaching out to me. So when I try to correct you on you coming wrong, because I didn't do anything, they came drunk to my set.
Right.
And they couldn't get the words right. And I nicely asked them not to come to the set. I didn't yell at. There's some people that would have went off.
Right. In front of everybody type shit. Like embarrassed you.
But I didn't. I pulled them aside and I was like, hey, dude, can you mind not coming drunk to set? That's a big problem. And they just went off.
Yeah. Caught me off guard. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, everybody was looking like,
You were there that day?
I was there.
Yeah,
I was there.
Yeah, he was there, and it was very unprofessional.
I was like, where's all this coming from?
And it was just random, and I'm looking like, I didn't ask you to be in this. Right. You came to me from a different web series. You know what I'm saying? And you had a problem over there. So now it opened up my eyes to be like, okay. And I would never have anything to do with them, but on any project that I have to do. But I can see them out in public and be like, and then just keep it moving. But I probably won't bring it up until they bring it up.
Right.
But it would always be that, like, I'm the type of person that won't really speak to you. And you'll be confused to be like, what did I do? Because I'm not going to cause a scene unless you, like, do something to me. So with this web series, you brings out a lot of different types of personalities, a lot of different types of people. And right now, what I'm trying to be at is just anybody who wants to do acting for real, not want to be seen. There's a lot of people who just want to be seen.
Right. That's a fact.
And you could tell those people when they don't want to follow behind your script. There's a few people that I've given like their lines to a little bit. I wish I got to send you yours too. I give them lines, and they're like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. I'm like, it's starting already. Little do they know they're not. I gave the role to somebody else. They don't know that yet, right? Until they see it come out. I don't have time for it.
No, you can't. You can't have these people holding shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no time for that. You know what I mean?
No time for it.
And that's the thing. Like, you being nice about it, especially like around first season when Phoenix first started, you were being nice to a lot of people that were just taking that. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of like taking it for granted. Like, it's like, and I seen it. I seen a lot myself, and I know you dealing with them firsthand. I know you seen some shit.
I partially feel like it's because I'm a female.
Well, yes.
Because if I was a dude, it would be a totally different way. Because I'm dealing with mainly men.
You're right.
The women I don't like. Any woman on there, I don't really have a problem with.
Right.
It's the guys that
stand your ground.
Yeah, but they they always respect me as a woman. Like Toya, the one that's playing your baby mother, she never. She's always there.
You're talking about with the men.
But the men, they respect me to a point. Don't get me wrong. There's some of them that has inboxed me disrespectful stuff, and I had to put them in their place, and they was fine. Like they know now. Like I'm about business. Don't.
Right.
We not doing none of that.
Right.
So they're fine, but I feel like they don't take me that serious because I'm not a man. I'm a female in this game or whatever. And it's usually a male dominant profession. So now I have to raise my voice, and I don't like doing that because if I get that way, it's gonna be, you really probably not gonna be able to calm me down.
Right.
I try to keep it on a level. So I'm trying to find me a decent AD, an assistant director, a male that will be my voice.
Right.
I don't need them to be like, well, I'm not. I've tried to bring in a couple of people, but they will say, well, they're not going to listen to me because I'm not you.
Right.
No. When I come in and I say, this is the assistant director.
Yeah, I want you to shut shit down.
Anybody that knows anything about film knows, okay, that's the director, that's the assistant director. So the assistant director is telling me whatever the director tells them. So you need to listen to them. I don't need a assistant director that's going to be not saying anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
defeats the whole purpose.
defeats the whole purpose of I'm gonna tell you so you could go and be the voice.
Right.
If you come to me and tell me, well, I don't think they should be on the show, because then that's valid for me because you're there with me. And we could talk about that, and most likely I'm probably gonna go with what you said. If it's not just hate, you know,
right?
Because the AD could be a cast member, and that cast member could be hating on the character, and it has to be valid reasons. So, and I think we have another web series too out here.
What's it called? Was it?
The Plug.
The Plug. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I think so.
I was watching that one too, and it wasn't. I didn't understand it too much, but
caught it.
I think they switched they went to a different place, and I'm like, oh, so people starting. I wish people would start things here and finish it here. You know, there's a lot of talent in Boston as far as like the film industry goes. There's a lot of
aspects there is.
Yeah.
But people don't see it like that. People are looking for money. A lot of people looking to be paid, like, and you've never been
in
anything,
right.
And you're looking for money.
Right.
Yeah.
Try to do this, and then that's what I try to tell people. Try to do this, put it in your portfolio, build your portfolio, and then try to ask for some, some money.
Right.
But that's why Money and Balance didn't work out, and I do not want that to be my show. Like, even though it's taking time, we started in 2015, it's 2021. Even though it's taking time, any good thing takes time.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that's just where I'm at right now.
It takes patience.
That's what I'm doing.
I mean, I still got people asking still, like, "Oh, when's the show coming back?" I'm like, "Hey, soon."
It will be back this year.
This year.
It will be back before the summer is over. I guarantee that. But I don't want to put no date on it.
Yeah.
Because people do go by dates.
They do.
And they will hound you if it's, like, oh, it's the 13th, you said the 13th, and it ain't out. So I've had that. I've said things was going to come out on this day, and it didn't come out. So I need to make sure that everything is done and in order before I put out a date. We don't even have the trailer yet, and people are asking me, when's the series coming out?
Right.
So, and you got a lot of people who want to be in it, but to be honest, I cannot put everybody in the series.
Yeah, realistically speaking, you can.
I can put enough people, but if I say, I could see you in the web series, that might not be season 2. That might be season 3. I can't put everybody in one season. It won't work. People will get lost and stuff. People was already kind of getting lost, and I don't know how with the people we had in there. And to me, it was because people really wasn't paying attention. They might have said, "Oh, Sins is my homeboy. I'm just only gonna watch his
on some shit like
scenes."
that. Yeah.
But if you didn't, his scenes might connect to somebody else's scene.
And you get
so
left
you stopped
confused.
and then you picked up.
Yeah, so you
when
don't.
he came on.
you don't know what's going on. So that's just where I'm at, trying to do school and
Right.
solidify it with the degree.
And just to me up crazy, but just how much longer do you have left with school?
Well, I'm finished. I hit a year this year, so it's 2 years. I'm thinking about going to Emerson for the 4-year degree for 2 more years. I'm not sure. So right now, I'm just gonna get the associate. So I got like another year
Okay, that's dope.
at the most,
That's dope.
because I've done like 4. I'm in my freshman year, but I'm in like my 4th semester. So yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
I remember starting when there was no corona, and corona's been going on for a year now.
Right. So that's
So
It's
yeah.
definitely taking a toll.
Right.
But yeah, definitely, I mean, now you see you got the web series coming, you know what I'm saying, by the summer. Is there any like time frame for the movies, for the short films?
The short films I want, the domestic one I want to film this spring.
This spring.
But that one's gonna take place in Boston, but it will be at like an Airbnb or something like that. It's
Okay.
not gonna be, the scenery is gonna be, the main scenery is gonna be the Airbnb. We'll be going to certain places in Boston. I wanna have things like where people are eating and stuff, but since we can't be in restaurants, we're gonna do things a different way to where we still can promote and do things like that. But for the most part, that one's gonna be in the spring. And that shouldn't take us that long to film, depending on the people. I know you're one of the main characters. I need to get the female. I don't know how I would love it if your wife was, but I don't know how she feels about being on film and stuff like that.
She's like, with that, she's not big for being on
Yeah,
camera.
she might be scared. I don't know how she feels about you I'm gonna ask you that too, how she felt about you being in the web series and you having a baby mother.
Oh, nah.
Y'all not gonna be doing anything.
No. I mean, see, that's the thing with us though. It's like we have that understanding.
Okay.
Like, there's not gonna be any no phone calls, no me going home. Like, oh, there's a problem. We're arguing.
Yeah.
No, we're definitely like way past that.
That's
shit,
one
you know what I'm
thing
saying?
I will not allow. Like if you have a girlfriend or you have a boyfriend,
Yeah.
I try to talk to you about it because I don't want to put you in a
compromised
situation
position.
because you're not getting paid. Now, if this was Hollywood and you was getting $50,000 for the movie, they better be
Right.
okay with that. Like, because you're getting paid.
Right.
But you're not getting paid, so I don't want to put you in no type of situations that's going to get you anybody
Right.
in any type of situation that's going to get them in any problem. So I would just have to find because you're already casted for that role, but I have to find the female to play that other role, and then a couple of other characters in it. But that's going to be in the springtime. I just got to find a decent place to do that, and it's probably going to be like somewhere around like $1,000 out of my pocket because we're gonna need the Airbnb for a couple of days because y'all don't gotta stay there. But if you want to, you can because I'm just getting it to film for the week, and I'm not going to be staying there, and it's gonna be in Boston for the week. So let's say if you wanted to stay, like I'll stay here, me and my girl stay here, whatever. You can do that, but it's not a requirement that you stay there. But we will have a scheduling system.
Okay.
So people have to go by that. Like if you got work, you gotta let me know. Okay, I got work from this time, this time. If you have work from this time, that time, you have to know that we might be filming late, and you have to be up to that. We might be start filming at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Might only take an hour, but
You
have to do that.
Right.
If we want to go bigger, like I don't know how you really feel about the acting thing. I know it's probably something that you was like, oh, it's fun, but I don't know if something comes out of it. Would you hop on that?
I absolutely would. Like I really like doing that. Like I really do, and I want to get. I just all think about it. I want to get better.
So we have to have the mindset of being in that field because those people film 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Even in the cold. But when they're filming in the cold, they do have hot tents that you can go in and warm in at. We don't have that type of thing, so I don't want to put people in that situation to be out, you know, to be like that. And I've suffered from frostbite from the military, so it is very easy for me to get it again. So I don't be out in the cold. I don't want to put nobody out in that. But those projects, you have to get into the mindset of, all right, she said 1 a.m.
So that's what it is.
That's what it is. You know, if I want to do that, that's what it is. Because in the big time, they're going to be telling me stuff like that. We might be filming for 12 hours straight. Right. And you have to learn how to work around that. You know, and I'm gonna work with people. I'm gonna have things like, I'm probably not gonna cook because I'm gonna take time out, but I'll be ordering like pizza and, you know, chicken or something for, you know, people to keep you going or whatever. You're not just like, I'm not getting paid. No, I'm not getting nothing to drink. I'm not getting nothing to eat. I'm not getting nothing. I'm just, you know, no, I want that. And I want people.
Vice versa, people should work with you too.
Right.
Absolutely.
So we also gonna be doing this summer. We're gonna be doing like little trips. With the cast. I want people to get I can't think of the word for it, but when y'all are all together and y'all are all vibing.
Right.
Like,
so that what's it? The camaraderie almost.
Something like that. Yeah, I want it. It's a different word we used to use in the military too. But I want that to be good, so that when we filming, it's just natural. It's not, all right, you came and y'all don't know each other. We're going to be going out to like I plan on going like.
It's like a treat.
Yeah, like Dave and Buster's or something like that.
Right. So everybody can engage and get a feel, right?
Yeah, I want to do like a cabin for the weekend type thing. But we got the fire up and we just vibing. Coming up with stuff, whatever. That's what I want to do. And that's how you become this type of family type thing. Right. And then when it's time to film,
it's way smoother. Instead of just coming online, it's just me and this cat right now. And, all right, let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But y'all did a good job doing that without me.
Because I felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like our group, like the group that I was always with, our energy was all kind of the same. So that's why it worked so well. Like everybody kind of had that same energy, so it wasn't like no funny shit.
And some people met each other through. That's why I like to let people meet each other, and then they do their own thing. There's people that met each other through the series.
Yeah, in fact, I met a few.
And then it was cool.
Yeah, facts.
Outside of the series, I see them communicating now.
I got homies now that I met through.
And they met through the series, and they didn't know. And that's how it is in the big time. So you gotta have your mindset like that. So that's what my mindset is. My mindset is that I'm no longer gonna work with people whose mindsets are not like that. Like, if you don't have a plan, like I respect what you do, but I just can't work with you. And you'll lose friends like that. You'll lose people like that, but you'll also know who's the real people because they're like, oh well, she said, let me step that up. Let me step that up. Like, especially she's been doing this almost 10 years. Well. And I just came in doing it. Let me not get mad. You know, let me just step it up. Exactly. But if you get mad at me for giving me constructive criticism, I can't.
That's the problem.
Right.
So I mean, like, where can people like, you know, hit you up as far as like when you're casting and things of that nature?
Well, I'll be putting out casting calls on Facebook on my personal page, Rika Ellison. But you can, for the main part, like for Around My Way, the web series, the casting will be on there.
Okay.
Like things will be on there. So Around My Way, that's the page on Facebook. We even have a Instagram one too. Okay. We have an Around My Way Instagram. But you always can find me on Rika E Studios. That will be everything that I'm doing. I have RikaEstudios.com. Okay. My website and everything is up. So you can always find me on there. I have my business number, so people want to hit me up. Only business. I know I had to change my number so many times, and it's not my. People think it's my personal number. It's not. So anybody could be responding to you at the time because you know my boyfriend's right there. Right. He might look at it and it's my business phone. It's not.
Right.
So I've had to change it quite a few times because people pretend they want a photo shoot. And then when I get there, it's some other stuff. They still do the photo shoot, but it's not really what they wanted.
Right.
Something else, like let's go on a date. And it's like, if you approach me on business, that's what it is. It's just business, you know. So my website's up with my phone number. I don't know if I'm gonna take it down or not. I just have them contact me through email or whatever. You can also reach me at Rika E Studios. Rika E at RikaEstudios.com. That's my email address.
Where can they find your videos?
YouTube, Rika E Studios. Everything. Yep, everything's Rika E Studios. You could find me at. You Google that, you'll find me. Just pop up. Everything will pop up. You Google the name, website, everything. But you gotta make it legit. So
yes.
Well, Rick, I want to say thank you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate the words. I learned some more things about you that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
We'll learn some more.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Which is the main objective of Actuality Speaks, is to get to know the person, to hear the story of the person, and to put that out there for those that didn't know as well. Exactly. So again, I want to give you your flowers while you're here, because you are dope. Your work is great, and it speaks for itself.
Here's your flowers.
You know what I'm saying? Take it back to their flowers, but definitely, you already know, like I enjoy working with you, and I want to continue to work with you. And yeah, and just build from here on out. Yeah. So again, we thank you.
And I enjoyed having you here and learning much more about you.
And I need to learn more about you too. So you got Instagram and all that stuff.
Yes.
Do I have you on there?
I did hit you up on there.
On Instagram, was you the one that commented back on that status? Somebody commented back when I commented and said "well said" or something like that.
Oh, on the
probably
that was me. That was me.
No, you said something, but somebody else said something.
My cousin.
And I didn't know who it was.
I didn't comment, but
I sent it through during text.
No, way back I friended you way back like mad months.
What's your Instagram?
Just Rock Tuesday. That's it.
I probably do have it. Yeah. I just got so many people
and stuff, but
that.
No, definitely. We're all in the circle now, so it's like it's nothing.
So if you want coming on the film stuff, let me know.
We all know. We'll connect.
I appreciate y'all having me here though.
Anytime.
Get out in this cold.
It is that. But I'm glad that you came. Because I don't like the cold either.
I'm glad I came too, like, cause I don't be doing the interview.
I know you don't. So it's like this is why this is exclusive. Like,
and there's nothing against nobody.
Not too many people can say this shit.
Yes.
You got Rick. You know what I'm saying? So
if you didn't get your bottle, right here, like ice, baby. Get yours today, tonight, tomorrow, anytime.
It's more than a spirit. It's a lifestyle.
You know it. Black ice.
All right. And that concludes this segment of Actuality Speaks, where, if it ain't real talk, please
stay silent.
Let's go. It's your boy 7 Sins.
Rika.
And this is Actuality Speaks.
Podcast, baby.
The realest conversations.
The realest stories.
The realest topics.
The realest people. And of course,
the realest hosts. This Actuality Speaks. If it ain't real talk,
just stay silent.